Monday Night Starbow number 31. In the top right corner, your teal Terran player from the bestest friends, it is Moxie.
And down in the bottom left-hand corner, playing as random, spawning as Protoss this time, it is the yellow Beastyqt.
You know, if I remember correctly, I think Beastyqt might have played Protoss in... No, I think he played Zerg in Brood War.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And he's asking Moxie what build is good against random. What's he gonna do? Alright, well, we'll get a chance to look at Beastyqt's Protoss here in this game. Moxie is a pretty good player, so just from the fact that Beastyqt... Oh, we can pause.
Game paused.
Oh, shoot.
Yep, alright.
Oh, shoot.
Game resumed.
The good old observer chat.
Yeah, it's so annoying. If I could just make it make the other one standard there. Alright, so some PvT. I love PvT. It's my absolute favorite matchup. It's super frustrating to play, but it's okay. It's frustrating, but it's a challenge, so I love it. It's not that frustrating.
Too. I like playing TVT. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I don't like
TVZ though. TVZ is such a hard matchup.
Yeah. Any matchup can be pretty tough, but I definitely have the most. The thing about PvT for me is that I feel like I know what to do. I just feel like I often just am not able to do it well enough. Whereas in PvZ, I actually feel like a lot of times I don't know what to do, but what I do generally, I can do it well enough. That doesn't make any sense at all. But like, I don't know what to do with my scouting information in PvZ, but generally I could just do a build and be okay.
Yeah, that's what I do. Like,
yeah.
I go for some sort of like weird two-base push thing and like hope it works, and if it doesn't, I throw my hands in the air and say GG.
I just try to do what Arthur does.
You know, actually, so I want to talk about the PvP game really quick. But Beastyqt went for a 14cc, which is basically, a 14 Nexus. So he went for a Nexus first. Now I like this build on this map in these positions because they're so far away from each other. And I think Moxie kind of sniffed this out, so he's going for 1 Rax FE. None of these two builds are particularly standard. Usually, Terran will go for a Rex into a gas, and basically Protoss is going to do the same thing, where he's going to go for a gateway into gas. But you might think that Moxie's behind, but actually a 1 Rax FE will tie economically with a 14 Nexus.
Oh no, Beastyqt. He had his probes heading towards his assimilator and they stopped. He's not mining gas. He's got 3 idle probes just chilling in his main right now. Oh, there he goes. So that'll put him a little bit behind as far as getting his first Dragoon out, maybe getting his macro boosters out, or potentially getting that Dragoon range up, which is a very important upgrade. But yeah, really good recognition and response here from Moxie. Just seeing that his opponent Beastyqt is going for that macro cheese, says, well, you know what? I'll just throw it on a command center then myself. Good response.
And it ties economically, because he knows that typically one of the responses to a 14cc would be to mass out Marines and send your first Vulture, along with a bunch of SCVs to build a bunker and attack. But because the rush distances are so far, it's really not worth doing that, so he's just going to counter with another expansion of his own.
Yep. So, I have to see what Beastyqt chooses to do in response to this. If he'll take a quick third, or if he's going to try to do something else, because generally as a Protoss, you know, BC was trying to get that economic advantage by going for that Nexus first there. So it'll be interesting to see if he... That looks like that's what he's going to do. So he will be sending this probe out, potentially for an expansion.
And that is a Nexus going down.
There it is. So be getting that here at the close third here. It does not have a gas. That is important, but PvT, generally in the mid game, you're going to be making a lot of Zealots, so he doesn't necessarily need that third gas right away, but he will definitely need it eventually when he starts trying to get more tech units such as the Templar and the Arbiters out later in the mid to late game.
So it looks like Moxie's going for some sort of mech play, because there's 2 factories, and that can only mean one thing.
Yep. Very standard here in this matchup. Generally in Starbow and Brood War, you're going to be seeing mech out of the Terran player. Though you can go bio, and I'm really excited to see players If Starbo gets a larger player base, I really am interested to see what sort of bio builds the players can come up with.
Yeah.
Right now, there's only a few Terran players who try to go bio, and they've definitely got some builds and some cool stuff that have been worked out. But there's a lot of room for experimentation there, and it'll be interesting to see how players can make that viable in this matchup.
And best of all, if it's too weak or too strong, there's always gonna be adjustments to it,
Yeah,
which
now
is what I love about the Starbo Balance team.
Yeah, absolutely. Moxie did get 4 workers there with that first vulture. Really nicely done. I was sitting there watching it die, and I was not talking about it while it's happening. He just kept picking off probes, target firing them down, and avoiding the Dragoon. It was really nicely done there. So, worker count's pretty even. Oh, Beastyqt's got to back off of that. In the meantime, Beasty working on his Twilight Council, be getting moving into that charge tech, as well as working his way up to Templar Archives, and most likely eventually Arbiters.
Well, we'll see what he does with his Templar Twilight Council. Probably will get Templar, as you said, but maybe he'd go for Blink. That seems ridiculous, though.
Yeah, and against mech, really, Blink Stalkers are not very effective. So long as the Terran player is diligent about spreading out his tanks appropriately. Oh, get some nice free Marines here.
But those one Dragoon's a little orange.
Ooh, no, BC doesn't want to go take on that. That's a lot of tanks. Oh no, BC losing more Dragoons. And he's most likely going to lose this one as well. These Vultures will eventually catch up and pick that off. What kind of gateway count is Beasty on? He's only got 3 gateways right now. He is chrono boosting those out to try to get out as many units as possible. Charge on the way as well as Robo Facility. Beastyqt actually getting Twilight Council before Robo. Don't generally see that, but
no observers.
Right.
Well, Vultures don't are. Mine is only on the way. She doesn't actually need the observers quite yet, but he will need them really soon.
Yeah, that must be something that Beastyqt must have seen a lot of tanks coming out, not seeing the Vultures, no Vulture upgrades, and must have said, you know what, I don't think he's getting mines. Which is pretty strange in a lot of ways. It is on the way, though. Now, is he getting his observatory? No, okay, just now coming down here for Beasty.
So, actually, Moxie's going up for this push because he scanned and saw that there was a third base, and he's actually kind of missing his timing because that third base has actually been mined from for quite a while now. And he's not actually making any more siege tanks, so he's really relying on these 3 siege tanks to be the really big push of his army. And here he is. He's going to go for this attack. He's bringing
a lot of the Zealots are getting cleaned up, though.
And the Water Dragoons are lost their shields or took some hull damage, but Beastyqt now has 6 gateways, so you should be able to defend us with no water.
Oh, and now Speed just finished.
No
Ooh, but clears out all those mines.
This Vulture composition is great.
Siege mode is only halfway done. I did not realize he did not have siege mode.
Yeah, but there's no observers, though. That's the problem. And all the mines are decimating everything, and the Vultures are moving in. They're going to kill everything in the natural expansion, so
oh man,
I think that's
all
over.
these probes are going to go down, most likely.
There's too much Protoss. I mean, too little Protoss.
Yeah, just not enough gates. Okay, 6. There's some Dragoons coming out. Are there any observers, though?
There are no
mines
observers.
are getting planted down. Oh, nice job by BC eating that up with that 1 Dragoon.
Oh
no!
A bunch of units.
Oh, 1 mine did manage to go off. And now Beastyqt is in a really dire situation. He does still have all of his Nexus up, and he still has a decent probe count. If he can somehow hold on to this, he can stabilize, but now the Vultures are in the main probe line, getting even more probe kills. Down to 20 probes is Beastyqt. He might be able to clean the rest of this mech force up, but Moxie's continuing to rally units across the map.
All of those
Vultures in that
probes
third base.
died.
Yep.
It's a 15 supply to 73. Yeah, GG from Beastyqt. Moxie will take game number 1.
Dang, that was over in like 1 minute. Just a really nice timing attack.
Yeah, absolutely. Really strong. Good play there from Moxie. Good recognition and a good way to use a lot of Vultures there. Vultures definitely the unit you needed there.
Yeah, Beastyqt is just a little too late on his observers, and he got the observatory done, but just wasn't making the observer.